See, I didn't say anything. Just the yum yum comes first. Holiness, good afternoon, evening, whatever. Uh, Here's numerology for tomorrow. Put up a post a few minutes ago. Tomorrow is 6/24/2024. It's a 1010 source code, core traumatic programming. Same shit, multiple times a month in most cases, but always every month. So here's numerology. I posted it. I'm reading off another phone. I'm just gonna try and run through this reading as fast as I can. Here's numerology, core traumatic programming, source code, aka 1010 existence. 6/24/2024 itself. 6, your foundations. 24, manifestations. 2024, the year manifestation based off of the judgment used to manifest. So 6/24/2024 says found manifested in what's been manifesting. And as I put in the parentheses, aka you either stuck in shit or you safe in sugar. But it's perspectives. Some people could have too much going on and it's what makes them feel fine. Again, perspectives. You just have to let your life tell your tale at the end of the day. So 6/24/2024, where you are found manifested in what's been manifesting. Whatever you got going on is up to you. If you like the way things are going, continue. If you don't like the way things are going, do something different. But here is the gist of the energy itself for 6/24/2024. Aimlessness. This is the element of air. Aimlessness. The duality of that word that you've always heard me say over the last 5 or 6 years, aimlessness is aim less for mess. Some of y'all need to adapt a aimless mindset to where all this shit that you are hard lined in and focusing on so much, chasing the bag, trying to keep up with the Joneses and everybody else, you need to aim less for that mess. Shit kind of goes to what you was talking about earlier, what we keep reading in the news. You motherfuckers might want to wrap it up out here. Really. Hi, spoken as a former sacred whore, sexual vampire, and all that good shit. You motherfuckers have lost your mind. Sexual promiscuity is going to walk y'all up out of this realm. And I'm all for having fun and all the other good shit, but y'all might want to slow down a little bit because y'all done ate too many groceries and you can't afford the bills. So 6/24/2024, where you going to keep on finding yourself traumatically in what's been manifesting because you ain't smart enough to see what's been manifested, it's aimlessness. And again, the numbers on the card is 3 and 2. The thoughts keep telling you what to connect to. That's what 32 is. The thoughts keep telling you what to connect to. But think about what I'm saying. If all you're doing is keeping up with what everybody else got going on out here, a lot of times you ain't thinking from yourself. You ain't thinking for yourself. You're just trying to keep up with society. That's a bad thing. When immorality has become morality and all you do is keep on trying to keep up with you. No disrespect to these people's names. I'm gonna call out your Sukihanas, your Sexy Reds, and all these other people out here who are just really just sex, your JTs and all this other shit like that. If that's all you do is try and emulate the degradation level that has now become the norm, you get what you get. But remember, it's aimlessness. Deeper conspiracy level theory thing with that is, a lot of the programming that we are inundated with, especially within certain communities, is by design. Don't believe me? Go turn on your radio station and flip through the different ethnicities. It'll tell its tale. Go to the pop station. Them motherfuckers are highly in love and talking about traveling and stacking their money properly. Not, I'm going to get out here and get the bag and I'm going to kill my neighbor. All this other shit. Get over to us. We either begging for Jesus or we're begging to get laid with somebody else, or we fucking and killing each other. You understand what I'm saying? Straight degradation. Let your life tell your tale. So if the only thing that you're being inundated in and that's moving you and the only shit you exposed to, hopefully you're smart enough in this room to understand what you keep getting exposed to on some levels does affect you. You can lie to yourself all day long. Oh, no, my vibration is too high for that music to mess with me. Bullshit. Oh, bullshit. So, numerologically speaking, 6/24/2024, where you just keep on finding yourself manifesting, where all the traumatic manifestings keep on pooling up. We'll call that sludge. You understand that? When you got a leak and then at the bottom of the leak, all the sludge builds up because it can't get out. If all you keep doing is finding yourself where you can't get out, you might you might want to start wondering why you in. It's aimlessness. 3 plus 2, 5. You keep moving. When I keep telling you, sit your punk ass down and be still. But only in this connotation of sit your punk ass down and be still, I might want to be still so that I can see where I'm stuck. Another analogy for anybody of that age or that level of experience, we always got taught about quicksand. If you ever get caught in quicksand, don't keep moving, because the more you move, the quicker you'll sink. You have to go slow and develop a plan to get out. This realm is in quicksand. And if you just gonna think you're gonna move through this realm that's already sinking and that you're not gonna get sunk, aimlessness. Your thought processes are probably already corrupted. Moving on to reading. The bigger part of the reading is 624, 2024 becomes 1010. Do your math. 20 plus 2024 is already an 8. 624. Take that 2 out of the 24 and add it to the 8. You already got a 10. 6 plus 4, 10. Programming, when you're dealing with computers, run off of binary coding. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, all that other good shit. When you're dealing with 1010, if you ever heard me talk about the 88s, where it's your traumatic programming that kind of like guides your life, 1010 is what's below your 88s. 1010 is your core shit that is potentially keep feeding your more evident traumatic shit. So there's layers to your traumas. When you get to the 1010, you can find out why you keep on having aversion to heights. Oh, if I believe in past life, in 35 of my past lives, I always had a fear of height. That 1010 might show you where that core value for heights got established, so to speak. So 1010, potentially sourced into alchemizing nothing and everything. And again, that's perspective. 1, potential. 0, the source. Can be 1, the alchemist, because that's another analogy for 1. And 0 is the fool. The fool is both nothing and everything, because the fool has the right of choice. Oh shit, I'm sorry. You fools call that free will. It's your free will to keep fucking yourself in this realm and waiting on something or someone else to come save you while shit only gets worse. Vote. Sorry, 1010, potentially sourced into alchemizing nothing and everything, but if your perspective is stuck on what you've been fed to think, aimlessness. Oh shit. What's half of 10? 5. What was that 32? A 5. At the core of your traumas is when you either moved or where you kept still. We can go ancestral with that, but it's over your head. That's only a condition of common day traumas. That's not the true core of traumas. But you either moved or you got caught sitting still. So 1010, potentially you've been sourcing to alchemizing nothing and everything, and in most cases it's both. Because you understand that if you won't do nothing for yourself, in a lot of cases you've already done everything for somebody else. Relationship wise, a lot of people have done that. As a country, as a people, as a taxpayer, we do that. You give all your energy to a government that gives you none back. Oops. 1010. Oops. It's a 16 in reverse. It's the Tower card in reverse. It's chaos. Holy shit. We started out with aimlessness, and now we got chaos. You started out with that 5 that moved you, and now that 5 became a 7. The Tower card has to deal with you. What's going on within you? 1 plus 6 is 7. What's going on inside of you? The breakdown for 16, 1, potential, 6, traumas. The potential traumas going on within me will show me all the chaos going on around me. You can take that on many levels. If you're not at that level where you understand the internal manifests the external, if you haven't made it there, you can still say that how I feel on the inside is going to be the basis for how I react to what's going on around me. You understand that if I go outside and I'm having a shitty day, something that comes around me and triggers me is going to make me have a shittier day. If I'm already aware that, none of this shit ain't got nothing to do with me and I'm not about to be moved, and not coming out here trying to make sure nothing move you, but knowing that I don't need to be moved by somebody else's energy, then when somebody else's energy tries to move me, I've already been granted stillness. However, if you've been keeping up from the beginning of this reading, I told you that bullshit y'all like to call free will can undo that. If I'm already aware that somebody else's bullshit should not move me, I still have the free will of choice to be moved. That is this internal chaos. The chaos around me should only show me the chaos within me. And then before I react, I have the first rights to be still. But if I haven't made it out of my own levels of traumas yet, I'm going to be responsive. You get that? Responsive instead of responsible. And it's hard. It really is. But you have to start taking accountability for when your 1010s rear their ugly head and ain't got nothing to do with nobody else but you. So moving past the 1010s, because again, like I said, it could show you where you have been sourced into creating everything that's going on around you, which again, like I said, if you've been paying attention from the beginning, where I told you a lot of times, like say in the urban community, we got degradation music, we get shit music, and then we wonder why our communities are filled with shit. But yet we sit there and support the right to listen to bullshit that does not do anything to uplift us, because we expect upliftment to come from somebody else. Pause on purpose. But I'm just saying, exactly, low vibrational as fuck. What's going on, Cheryl? So, if you have a core trauma of being, this is going to hurt y'all feelings. If you have a core trauma of being overly responsive to somebody else's energy, you don't own your own destiny. If you are easily programmed, if all they got to do is inundate you with something, and then next thing you know, it becomes your way, two things. Either you never had a way, or I ain't gonna do that. Either you didn't have your way, or your way was given to you in the first place. That can go real deeper than what most of you probably caught, but either who you think you are ain't really who you are, and even who you think you are that counters who you think you are that you ain't are, that still ain't you either. You understand that? You can be strapped into a chair and fed a program, and it will become your way of life. So then your core trauma has been given to you. So then even if you meet the value of your core trauma, where you are chaotically your own existence has been fed chaos, so that the only thing that you react to is chaos, that's not authentically you. That's not authentically you. That is only you trauma responsive. You've already been isolated from your true identity. So now I have to go back to 1010. The core trauma to the core trauma that you think you know. The core trauma that is beyond your chaos, this is it. Your uncertainty. 29. This is the element of earth. This is, holy shit, wherever I've been grounded out at. Not wherever I went Om No Rinse and all this other shit. No, this is where I had my power taken from me. 0 in my number system is source. But source is also, as shown in tarot, the fool. The analogy with tarot with the 0 is the fool can do anything. The fool can jump off the cliff. The fool can go on a journey. The fool can be still. The fool has all of the power. In a real sense, because if you think about it, when you start counting, you have to begin with nothing before you can become something. So if 0 was nothing, but he can make something, 0 is really already everything. You just don't know who he is, he or she. So 0 is source in the sense to where everything begins from there. Think about it, whenever you put a 0 behind a 1, that 1 gets greater. What's this reading about? 1010 programming. You keep taking the potential and then putting everything behind it, and then potentially it'll leave you with nothing except for a fool. So the core programming for why you like to exist in chaos is uncertainty. And I've had plenty of years of readings on this where I try and, in my line of thinking, source theory, source did not understand itself, and so it wanted to find the value of what it could become by becoming everything. That is the fool that chose to become everything because it did not know that it was already everything. So in that saying of uncertainty, The doubt of who you are will make you invest in what you can become. Now you run around here with feathers in your head, or you run around here with fezzes on your hat, or you running around here with yarmulkes on your head, or you running around here with battle caps and green and red and black and all this other shit, or I'm proud to be an American, all this other shit. Because you find identity in the possibilities of what you can become, when really none of them are truly representative of you. It just makes you feel better. So when you have that uncertainty, that 2 and that 9, you're connected to what seems to be 9, the highest vibration. Sometimes the highest vibration is what's getting you fucked. Oops, go back to music. Sometimes the highest vibration, boom, 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 is really the lowest shit. But it makes you feel good because it moves my soul, and now I'm a dance because that's what my people do. We dance. But why? Why are we so responsive and sitting there doing a running man in church when somebody starts singing and la 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 sha la 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 and all this other shit? Why are we so trauma responsive to vibration unless there's more to the vibration itself? Strike that, Your Honor. That's a class I've had plenty of times and nobody fucking passed it. Next, so uncertainty. You don't know what's going on, so you need something else to teach you. I would like to submit at this time that if somebody teaches you who you are, is that really who you are? Or is that just what you've been taught to become? Pause on purpose. But 2 plus 9, 11. Holy shit, 10, 10. That 0 don't know what the fuck it is, so we might as well need to leave the room. Now I just got 2 1s. What's 2 1s? Justification. What's 2 1s? The illusion of separation. Just because I don't know who I am and I now think that I'm something else, that don't mean that's what I am. I just added more levels to what I can be. But what I am is still traumatically stuck down in there. So your 1010, your source code, your core traumatic programming is, you don't know who you are. And the uncertainty of being who I am because life has not allowed me to be what I am, I'm trying to become the safest thing to be. If you understand that. Next, 6662. If you look at 624, 2024, you got 3 6s and you have a 2 left over. What I tell you 666 is, it ain't your electrons, protons, neutrons, and all this other shit. It's your mind, body, soul caught in a 6. What's 6 in my numbers? Not only is it traumas by your foundation, it is the infinite field of possibilities and probabilities, which is a trauma in itself. If I can become anything, if there is a possibility for me to become anything, that's traumatic. You understand that? You go to the buffet and you hungry, but now they got 500 things on the buffet. That's traumatic. Holy shit, where am I going to start? And then you're going to probably hurt yourself because it's so much for you to become. Get back to the analogy of Source. Source had the opportunity to concoct and gain experience by becoming something that it no longer valued what it was. That is a core trauma. If I don't like who I am, I try and become something else. I'm sorry, this will hurt your fucking feelings too. But that's the whole basis of transgender bullshit on a lot of people's levels. And I'm sorry if you motherfuckers get mad at me for that. But a lot of people change their core identities because they are not safe and secure within who they are. And there's all kind of stimuli that come with that. That could be from abuse. That could be from mental issues. It can be from societal issues. But it's an issue, none the fucking less. A lot of people change who they are by gender, appearance, and all this other shit because of some level of trauma. Motherfucker don't just wake up every day, pow, I don't want this dick no more. That ain't how it works. But you can lie to yourself all fucking day long, which will be the same motherfuckers that get mad at what I just said because you ain't secure in your identity. Shh, eat a dick. Leave me alone. So, 6662. Marked beast in connection. Hi, sacred motherfucking clown. I'm here to offend. So, 6662. Marked beast in connections. You understand that? If you understand where I said 666, has to deal with your mind, body, and soul. But if 6 is where I have the field of infinity, the possibility to become anything, if my mind can make me become everything and my body can be responsive to everything, then my soul might already become everything. That might have lost a couple of you. This is a experience of the soul, which is only a fragment, trying to find the right body and mind to become sapient. This is an experience. This human experience is merely a soul which is already fragmented from source. It's already broken off by perception of source. I want to know who I can become. And then it just keeps on jumping into bodies and keep on playing out the mental experience of experience itself to validate what it can become. That in itself is a core trauma. The collective consciousness is a core trauma, because if there is only one, all are one. You get me with that bullshit. All are one. If all are one, why the fuck is there many? Because we have fucking cosmic schizophrenia. Because we like to look at ourselves in the collective consciousness with the rights to identity. But if there is only one, but yet there are a million different identities, somebody's sick. Shh. So 6662, marked beast, because 666, by the biblical aspects of the devil, you are your own devil. We are marked beast. We are in servitude to whoever has the strongest vibration that keeps giving us stimulation to keep us uncertain within ourselves, to keep on creating consciousness in chaos, because we have not aimed for ourselves, because we keep aiming for them to be the perfect creator. Oops, sorry, God. So, keep on. You know that song that come on? See, card flipped out. Y'all saw that shit. It's gonna be a little bit more than 8. So I'm gonna get 8 though. All right, so 6662, marked beast in connection, aka the collective consciousness, aka experimental mental enslavement, aka cosmic schizophrenia. Basically everything I just got through telling you. When source did not find value for itself, it used its infinite rights as creator to create everything else. Only what was the cause of the creation? Its own uncertainty. It ain't have shit to do with no Jesus or no Adam, or I just want to have an experiment. This was, holy shit, I don't know who the fuck I am. Now let me see what I can become. But ain't nothing else here but me, so I guess I gotta create it. That'll lose some of you, but you'll be the fuck alright. But it's really just an 8. Remember I told you 0 is source, that's where everything comes from? Look what happened when source replicates itself. It becomes an 8 to experience itself. But only you can't experience yourself in separation because it's still only you. That'll hurt some of you. You cannot experience yourself in others. You can only experience you with others. But others are you, boop, in reflection. So even though source decided to find value in something else, it was still itself. It was still itself. It was still itself. So it became its own struggle. 8. 8 is the number of struggle. It became its own abundance. Abundance is another form of struggle. It became its own reflection. Its own reflection is another form of struggle. Because now you're fighting with your own light. But holy shit, I'm fighting with my light. But where did my light come from? A source. So what are we worried about? My light, my shadow, or the motherfucker to keep letting them free? Holy shit, that's a trick in the trap. 6662, marked beast. What do you mean, marked beast? I'm collectively trying to consciously find out which one of these motherfuckers is me. Cue in Chris Rock, not Chris Rock, but Chris Tucker from Rush Hour. Remember that scene where he got kicked from 2 different directions? Which one of you motherfuckers kicked me? All 3 of them. All 3 of them kicked you. You got kicked from 2 different directions, but there were 3 people that kicked you because you kicked yourself because you shouldn't have never been in there. Oops. So you became your own source of struggle. Why? Because you didn't stop the need to know. That snake, that Urias, that knowledge gets you fucked up. See, once you eat this fucking fruit off of this tree right here, you ain't gonna never be the same. But wait a minute, how do you already know that? Oops. Oops. So either you already ate from that tree, you are the tree, or holy shit, you me. Which means you already knew. You already knew. You already knew before you did that shit. Come on, parents. Nah. Hence the ideology of higher self and lower self. But holy shit, if there's still only one, I need to quit hiring a lower self to make me feel good about being higher and just sit my punk ass down and be still. And then holy shit, no more struggle. Why? Because the only person fooling me at that point is just me. But if I keep looking at shit in duality, when duality came from me, the only thing I'm justifying is my own separation. Perspective. If the only thing that I keep on justifying is the forces of me formed in separation, I did nothing to form my wholeness. I just keep on sponsoring my own illusion, which means I must not knew. I must not knew that the good and the evil was me. Now you're struggling. 6662. Mark Beast. Collective conscious. Next line. Nah. Collective consciousness. Collective consciousness. Collective consciousness. The fucking world on fire. This is the duality of being the phoenix or the goddess, aka creatrix. This is where two comes before one. What do you mean two came before one? You going backwards. Because if I was the zero, if I did decide to move, the first thing I should have saw was all my potential. But in this analogy where two came before one, two was, all I saw was what I thought I knew. Two is knowledge. Two is the reflection of self. Two is what you're connected to. Two is projection. If all I'm going out here to get connected to is what I projected, am I not connecting to myself? That is so fucking yummy. I love you. You understand that? A lot of people don't understand that. I get out here, oh, I love y'all. I've been there, done it. I wish I reposted what you showed me earlier. It was something about, it ain't that I know more than you. It's just that I've done a lot of dumb shit in my day. Yeah. Something to that effect. So don't ever think that Heal is sitting here trying to lower down on you. It's just no. And this ain't got nothing to do with 53 years of age. This has everything to do with my mental prowess of understanding that over my perceptions of time, I've done some stupid shit. So as a responsible being of source, dealing with the aspects of me that love separation, the majority of y'all, it's only fair that I only try and have conversations with that side of myself that embraces the sickness more than it does the wholeness. You understand that? So when you sit there and you hear me beat up on you about the illusion of separation and justifying this and justifying that, it ain't because I feel like I'm better than you. It feel like some of you motherfuckers don't know you sick. We'll do that. So the collective consciousness rejoices in its ability to be the fucking phoenix. Hi, a phoenix is a being that's already on fire. Just because you are immune to what you think are the fires does not mean that you are not burning. And furthermore, it does not mean that you ain't burning everybody else. You understand that? See, you got to be able to handle me and my toxicity. No. Why the fuck are you walking around on flames? You don't understand that you have entered into duality. You have connected to your own potential to destroy yourself. Because if you knew the story of a phoenix, eventually the shit destroys her or she has to destroy herself only to come back and do it again. Holy shit. Did you not learn the lesson? So many people walk around like that. So the duality of the collective consciousness is you have the divine right to keep on burning yourself because you a phoenix and your song is beautiful, girl. And it might not be your time to do it this time, but you can do it 2 lifetimes now. Because see, the Akashic Records say it, or the Bible don't say it, or my Baba Lord done say it, or my Eon done say it, or Boo Boo the Fool keep telling you. It's okay to be on fire because you a fucking work in progress. Keyword work. I'm sorry. You're not here to work. You're here to live. And I'm sorry that nobody can teach you that except for your dumbass experiences. All disrespect fucking intended. Until you get tired of working yourself over, you won't learn to be still. And until you allow things to become easy, you'll always find a way to make them hard. Both of these are hashtags I've been using for about 8 or 9 years. Oops. Even when I haven't always honored them myself. See? Easy to admit. So, you can love being the phoenix, the motherfucker that's always on fire. Or you can become responsible and realize, holy shit, I'm the goddess. I gave life to all this shit. Here, let's do this with me, children. Responsive, the phoenix. Responsive or responsible. I gave life to that shit. Nothing comes into this realm less through me. Holy shit, because everything is me. Go back to that class I gave you on the 8, which is nothing but infinity. But holy shit, what did I tell you infinity was? Your traumas. I told you earlier, infinity is 6. It is where you can keep on finding yourself in trauma. Holy shit, if I'm a phoenix and I keep on finding shit that's burning me, is that not a trauma? Holy shit, time out, Your Honor, because some dumbass just said, nah, because I've been doing it so long that it don't burn me no more. Bop. Slap yourself. Slap yourself. If you have more space for your pain than you do your perception of healing, let alone wholeness or stillness, you's a lost motherfucking cause. Until you decide to find yourself. So the collective consciousness is a trap, if you ask me. Because it's just, hi, I want to become this, while you can become that, and then you can become that, but at the end of the day, we still all one thing. Huh? We still all one thing, but I'm Tony, and you Wolf, and that's Matt right there, and that's Mel over there, and Cheryl over there, but we still all one thing. All are one. Sounds good though, right? Remember what we talk about? The aimlessness of what moves you, the element of air, when them thoughts tell you what sounds good, even when it's your own motherfucking chaos. The uncertainty of what I potentially already am will move me into creating the struggle. Holy shit, source and separation. That I'll learn to rejoice. Because within the sense of duality, I can become all things. I can be a masculine force of energy or a feminine force of energy until I find the divine within me. But wait a minute. You were the divine. Nah, I haven't found that level yet. So you get out here and create phoenix cycles to keep burning through. Because you ain't ready to find you. Because you're too busy creating what you've already been tricked into. Core traumatic programming. Remember that part? Something already gave you the ideology running from self. Something already gave you the ideology that it is safer to become. Cosmic nut. Something that already gave you the ideology that it is safer to create than it is to be still and just exist. But I digress. So, next line. 6662, you the marked beast, caught in a collective trap. The next line is 6644. Remember, 6 is traumas. 66 in my number system, master number 66, is the master saboteur. It's basically self-sabotage. 44 is the master manifester. So if I am self and sabotage, but I am masterfully manifesting everything that goes on around me, if I'm in sabotage, but I keep on building everything around me, everything I build around me is just an extension of my sabotage. I'm only going to build more things that will justify and verify the safety within the trap. 22 is the master builder, but in my number system, 22 is choice. The spiritual journey is what you're supposed to be building in this perception of a collective consciousness. It's a fucking trap. The 22, the spiritual journey itself, should be nothing. If you connect to something over there and you connect to something over there, the 22, who's connected to you? Who's the connection to you? Maybe I need to look at what's over there and see if it's a proper reflection, reciprocity, of myself and look over there and see if it's a proper reflection, reciprocity. And if it's not there, there is no reason to move. There is no spiritual journey. But for that one mind that didn't catch that, if I look there and I see something in there that I don't see within myself, that's a sickness. If I look there and I see something to connect to in there, which I haven't given myself, then that's going to become the field of love. Because why don't you love me? I keep investing in you and I done gave you everything that you need to treat me right. But I don't even treat myself right. Because I needed to find value in you that I haven't even established within myself. Or for that fool who hadn't made it to that level yet, I found that value and I just want to share it with somebody else. You shouldn't have to force sharing it with somebody else. The fact that it is now emanating from you as the source means that it'll attract what is proper. But again, for that fool who does not make it to that level, you're going to attract everything. Your discernment, your level of awareness, your level of self in awareness will keep out the things that don't need to be there. You understand that? I'm going to go outside and I'm going to barbecue. All I want is that smoke to heat up the flames. You understand what I'm saying? So that I can cook my food. But holy shit, a bunch of flies keep coming. Do that mean I'm going to throw my food away? I've done what I need to do to get the food going, but some shit that I didn't want there just happened to keep on coming. But my awareness of self knows that I don't want them flies, so I can't let them bother me. Not when them flies came around, so they must have been ready for me, so I had to give them a chance because I just thought that was what the ancestors wanted for me, or maybe Jesus had sent me that boon this one time. Holy shit, get back to the beginning of the reading. The aimlessness within yourself will help you sponsor the chaos, because the uncertainty within yourself of knowing who you really are will get you out here fishing for somebody else to go through a struggle with, and you'll rejoice once you get it, even when it's burning you. Oops. So 22, the master builder, the spiritual journey itself, the choice. When presented with a choice, choose you. When presented with a choice, choose you. When voting for a knife or a gun, choose you. Or get everything that comes with your choice. When voting for a senile pedophile, or even more senile pedophile, prepare to get touched. But you made the choice. Responsibility. Holy shit. Remember what we told you? Responsive. Responsibility. The motherfucker that's on fire and the motherfucker that created it. Keep voting for shit that don't vote for you. Holy shit. 6644. Self-sabotage in mastered manifestation. If you are already created within a trap and the only thing you keep on doing is sabotaging yourself within the trap instead of understanding that it's a trap and I don't need to be here, you just put up curtains on the plantation, hoss. Oops. It is manifestation. But holy shit, there's my mind, there's my body, and there's my soul. That staff, that wizard's wand, that's where all the magic is at. The soul. Why? Because the soul is in captivity in this 3D experience. And don't lie to yourself about 40, 40, 60, man. Perceptions. In this mental matrix of a mind body containing a soul, the soul is in captivity. Why? Because the soul is merely trying to empower an experience to show it who itself, instead of sitting his punk ass down and being still and collecting the other perceived pieces. It's not collecting the other perceived pieces, it's creating more pieces to collect. Jeff Goldblum is the collector. Hey, Daddy-O. Instead of being still and quit creating and figuring out what life really is, it is creating life to figure out what life can be. I have my own alphabet. The letter B stands for delusion, holographic destruction. Oh, and that was a 666. 6/6/2022 was a 666. It is traumatically found in all different vibrations. But again, to be fair, you have to understand traumas are not always bad things. I've used this analogy for many years. If you have good sex, that's traumatic. If you have bad sex, that's traumatic. Traumas in the connotation of the spiritual realm, quote unquote, ain't got nothing to do with your perception of good and bad. That's a human level shit. A trauma is something that leaves a mark onto the experience so that should it come back around within the mental perceptions, it's already designated. Holy shit, do we want more of it? Yes, proceed. Holy shit, do we want more of it? No, run away. What was this about at the beginning? Running from yourself? Self-in-awareness is a trauma. When you, come on, for those of y'all who are going through a spiritual awakening, when you start to realize who you are, that becomes a trauma. God damn, I wasted so much time with this motherfucking bullshit religion and lower level vibrational shit out here drinking and clubbing and having sex with this, that, and the other. That shit becomes a trauma. Oh, holy shit, I let my family subdue me. You understand that? That is a trauma. Awakening and awareness is a trauma. But if you wake up in a trap and you still don't know you in a trap, you just aware in a trap. But really, that ain't awareness. That's just knowledge. Because you ain't aware that you need to be fucking free. Shh, oops. 6644. Holy shit, it's a 6. 2 plus 4. What you connected to, 2, becomes the trap. The collective consciousness, what you keep on connecting to, the schizophrenic sides of your own psyche in separation. Think about that. Here, let's have a quick little class. When you're dealing with multiple personality disorders, some of the disorders don't know they're in a disorder, and the order is the disorder. See that movie Split, I think is the name of it. You understand that? Some of the psychoses and identities that are in a multiple personality disorder or schizophrenic person, some of the voices they hear in their head are what keep them safe. And then there are some of them who know that they aren't safe, and so they're erratic and, hey, man, we need to get free. But yet they're still all you. So if what you keep on connecting to, the collective consciousness, and you collectively connect to yourself in separation, only this part of the separation likes the separation, it's not going to support you trying to get wholeness. Now you connect to 500 other pieces, and 600 of them want to make wholeness, and 7 million of them want to make separation. Holy shit. You stuck. You stuck. You'll get caught on a plantation for 400 years when some motherfuckers want to be free and some of them like being fucking enslaved. Stop that. So, manifestation. Check the manifest. Check the manifest. You understand that? Check the manifest and see who all we got on here. 884, next line. Traumatic memories in a trap. 88, your gatekeepers. If 8 is me in struggle, if I see my struggle in separation, that's an 88. That is a traumatic memory. Traumatic memory in the sense of gatekeepers are the voices within you or the experiences within you that don't want to set you free. And in some senses, it's not that they don't want to set you free. It's the analogy I just gave you. They don't want to be presented with that trauma. There's plenty of movies, but I like this one. Brian and Stewie from Family Guy. When Brian was trying to break Stewie down, and he was like, "Come on, man, just let it out." And Stewie's like, "Don't you do that to me, man." And Brian's like, "Come on, let it out. You need to face this trauma." At the end of the day, it's fear. At the end of the day, everything that's run this realm is based off of a fear, either having too much or not having enough. But like I was saying with that Brian analogy, and then once he realized that, Brian wasn't going to back down, and Stewie was like, "Don't you do that to me, man." And he bust out crying because he had to relive a moment within his energy, 555, that he did not want to face again. You understand that? That is the way a lot of beings in this realm work. is you don't want to run into something that triggers your traumas. And then within the traumas that have been triggered are prior experiences from yourself and mental perception, the bullshit ass Akashic records, that bullshit ass past life reincarnation string theory. And I don't mean bullshit as in it don't exist. Within this illusion of separation, everything exists. That don't mean it's real though. But within the realm of illusion of separation, you can create as many memories as you allow and authorize. So each one that comes through you, each one that you go through leaves an imprint. That time that I was a genie, it left an imprint. That time that I was a vampire, it left an imprint. That time that I was a wizard, it left an imprint. That time that I was a slave, it left an imprint. That time that I was a thief, it left an imprint. So then when I run into current level experiences, just because this is the current vessel that my soul is occupying does not mean that the soul does not have access to prior experiences. You understand that? It's the basis for water has memory. Your soul don't require water. Water is just a fucking medium. So that's why when you put people in hypnosis sometimes and then they be sitting there and they all of a sudden pull up traumatic memories that they don't have any recollection of because they tapped into their gatekeepers. They tapped into them core traumas that are not resident in the current field, but they're still filled within the current. Do you get that? They're not currently a part of your experience because they're buried, but all you got to do is tap in, pull some berries apart. Speaking of military, hell, we do that all the time. Ex-military, psyops, they do that shit all the time. They program soldiers all the time. They program civilians all the time to be triggered in certain environments, and your motherfucking ass didn't know you was a sleeper agent. Boop. Now you out here. To go through X amount of life cycles before you complete a lesson. How does it know I already completed that lesson? How does it know how long it's going to take me to get there if A, it ain't concocting the timeline to get me there, or B, it's only getting me to use the energy to create it? Shh. Because if it's already knowing the date that it's going to hit success, why do I have to go through the journey? Unless it's an experiment. Unless it's an experiment in experience. And in order to experiment in the experience, you have to experience through the creation and free will use of your energy. But most of y'all won't get that. So 884, your gatekeepers will keep you caught in a trap because they want to see the end of the race. Even when the end of the race is, keep the race away from me. The fear of actually going through is a motion. That's why you heard me say for years, stillness is a motion. When I'm frozen with fear, I'm moving. I'm moving further into danger. Or if, again, I use this all the time, you go into the mall and enough of us get up and run, the rest of us going too. That's a core trauma. That is a core trauma collectively connected in most of these DNA suits. When somebody senses danger, the rest of us motherfuckers are going to pick up that danger too, and pew, we going to get out of there. We'll figure that shit out later. That's an 88 function. You will gatekeep your safety, but for years I told you, safety is a lie. A computer that is caught in safe mode, so we'll do 2 cards for this one, for this Akashic Records bullshit, 88.4. You in safe mode means that you only have 50 to 60% usability. I mean, me too. Hell, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Even with military training, I'm not going to sit here and buck up, not unless I'm strapped. Now, if I'm strapped, hey, it's time to go to work. Let's do this shit. Really, try me. But if I'm not, and I'm out with my family, safety first. I got to secure my seeds and my wife and all this other shit, and we getting the fuck out of there. I'll assess the situation later. Got me with my tools? I'm going to work. Daddy going to make the news. So I'm just saying. That's when you can overcome that core programming because you have other traumas that sit on top of it. War. You understand that? Fuck that. I'm good for this shit. But see, one trauma can supersede another trauma, but motherfucker, you still got traumas. So the Akashic Records is just the book that is telling you how to correlate your experiences to make it to the end. But motherfucker, if you already know the end, why won't you set me free? Oops, let me rule over you. Just focus. Focus on the trap. What did I just get through telling you? If you have an 88, a core trauma that says stay safe, and somebody comes running here and just start running through, you're going to focus on the trap. 4 is the trap. You are going to sit there and try and figure out what's going to have you in danger. This is the Emperor card. What's ruling over you at that moment? Your fear. Somebody said that earlier, and I told you at the core end of everything in this realm sits fear. What's ruling over me? The Emperor. In the moment to where somebody comes in here and start running, fear become the only thing I know, because it becomes the most responsive thing present. So you focus on the trap. Don't focus on the gatekeepers. This was about 88.4, the Akashic lie. Focus on what's got you trapped, not why you got trapped. That's the problem. See, you become trauma responsive when all you focus is on the trap. See, I know I need to make 600 next month and then I'll be good for a couple of weeks. But wait a minute. Why am I doing this in the first place? Because if it's only going to allow me to be safe for a couple of weeks, holy shit, I'm still in danger. Most people don't think like that. You're just trauma responsive. Reptilian core response. Holy shit, root chakra issues. All you know is fight or flight. So if you just keep on focusing on fight or flight, you'll never find freedom. When you let go of your reptilian core responses and start thinking from your neo, fuck your mammalian. Your mammalian's a trick too. But when you start thinking from your neocortex and you start understanding that I'm the source of all this shit, you'll see where you put yourself in danger. So the Akashic lie says, just focus on the trap. The trap is where you find balance. I made decisions I thought were based on other things, but in hindsight, it was fear. It could have been based on, to be fair, it could have been based on other things, but at the core of those other things lies a fear. Lies of fear. I've had plenty of relationships that were based out of fear. I didn't want the drama of not acquiescing, or I didn't want the drama of being alone. You understand what I'm saying? Man, that motherfucker crazy, but every time I leave her alone, she fucked my shit up. You know what's mine was just being in a relationship with her. Shit, she fucking me anyway. See what I'm saying? Dumbass decision. Or, man, I don't want to let that go because that shit good. And I don't want nobody else to have it. So I'm going to secure it. Don't mean it no good. You just don't want to set it free. Both of those are fears. So it can go that way. So the Akashic trick was just focus on the trap and you don't have to worry about the ruler. Remember I told you, if the system itself tells you how to get to the end, then that motherfucker who wrote it is your master. The motherfucker that wrote it is the one that control, alter, and deleted your info. Remember, how do you get in safe mode on a computer? How do you get into safe mode on a computer? You control, alter, and delete all at the same time. Holy shit. 3 buttons at once. What I tell you 3 is your thoughts. If I can control your thoughts and alter your thoughts and delete the thoughts that aren't going to be conducive to what I want to help create. Oops. Here's safe mode. Oops. I create separation. What do you mean? This is the star card. This is duality. If you are in wholeness, but I need to put you in separation, I need to separate you from your wholeness. But if you were already wholeness and I get you into separation, holy sheep shit, Batman. Infinite potential. Holy shit, the God particle. Churn. See, they keep colliding atoms and then they keep opening up portals and pocket dimensions. Bitch, you a pocket dimension. Non-gender specific. Every time you open your mind to a thought, infinity. What you did, what you didn't do, and all the possibilities and probabilities of both. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So you become the plentifulness every time something can trick you into just focusing on the trap. Holy shit, 1 + 7. It takes all the potential out of who? 7. Me. Holy shit, the God particle. The God particle. 1 + 6, 7. It took it out of you. think I told you that in several different ways. When Source did not honor itself and it decided to see itself in separation, it took from itself to create everything to justify, verify, and experience it. But did that mean it was real? No. Go to sleep and try and have sex with your favorite star and ask yourself in the morning, was it real? Get it? But you can star in your own separation, because within your separation where your atoms have been split apart, you now become everything. Now you're a dragon. Now you're a phoenix. Now you're a mermaid. Now you're a genie. Now you're a wizard. Now you're a witch. Now you're a whore. Now you're a king. Now you're a queen. Now you're a whore to the energy. Plentifulness, 1 + 7. Potentially, all this shit's me. 7, self-awareness. Potentially, all this is me. Holy shit, cosmic schizophrenia. But which one of them is you? That one that feels best. Holy shit, gatekeeper. That core trauma that feels best to me is the one that I'm identified with the most, because I'm scared of the one that don't feel good. Or that one that I identify with the most is going to be me because I'm scared to become something else. Perspective. 20. 6, 24, 20, 24. Add them all together makes a 20. What's 20? Gabriel's horn. Judgment. Judgment. How you learn to use energy. But if the only way I know how to use energy is from what somebody taught me, I still got a master. I still got a master. Fear of success is a real goddamn thing. That's a bad thing in a lot of people, but you have to think about it. Here, let's just do this real quick. Side note, fear of success. Quick story on fear of success. Fear of success comes from a core trauma of every time that you did succeed, you either did not establish value with others, they didn't make it safe, or your fear of success put too much responsibility on you to become more. That's the duality commonly that I've ran into over my years. Either you got success and then everybody hated on you, or you got success and it was just too much responsibility and I don't know how to hold on to it. Either way, it's a fear. It's a core trauma of fear. Illusion separation. Linda. Either you're doing it wrong or the fear of doing it wrong means I don't want it. We all know people. I was going to go somewhere else with it, but I'm not. We all know people who had the opportunity. Exactly, Linda. We all know people who had the opportunity to get promoted in jobs. But I don't want to do that because now that means I got to come in at 6, and then that motherfucker, they ain't going to listen to me, and then I'm going to end up losing my job. You come up with 95 reasons why you don't want the promotion because you've already established parameters of who's going to be in your way of success, that you stand in your own way of success. Damn. Fuck, I did that to myself. Nah, fuck that. I loved money. That's why I didn't do it. But still, it was a trauma. The trauma, yeah, okay, well, I'll do that. Even within myself. My life is going to end in 5 minutes and they're making me draw a puzzle. Fuck off TikTok. Okay. But you understand what I'm saying? When you see something that is going to take away from what you found safety in, you stay away from it. So the fear of success will make you do things wrong. Linda. You will stay in the middle of your own potential. One is your potential. Because it's safer to connect to that what you think you know. So finishing this, your judgment. Your judgment, in the same sense with that, my judgment was it's already safe. I already know the parameters of what I'm doing here. Why do I want to do more? If I have to do more, I might lose it. So your judgment is it's sometimes safer to stay stuck, which means now I am my own gatekeeper. Holy sheep shit, Batman. I am my own gatekeeper. Holy sheep shit. I am my own 8. The potential of what I am versus the potential of what I can become means I might lose my plentifulness. Yeah, I might make more money, but I might have more headaches and more stress, and it ain't worth it. But wait a minute. You'll now be able to afford a house and get out of here. Nah, fuck that. That's all right. I'm good in the projects. Everybody know me. I'm safe here. Little Noop can walk up and down the street. We good. Judgment. I don't want to leave the hood. They know me here. Now you're on the news because you went to get a donut. Next, 20, 11. Holy shit. The next number is 11. The next number is 11. Justifications. The shit you allow. 11. The illusion of separation. Remember I told you 10 was where you're getting ready to make a choice. It's the Lilith choice. I'm going to choose between the knife and the gun. 11 is, you know you done fucked up. 11 is, Linda, you voted. You voted, now you about to get fucked. 11 is, you justified putting something in there that wasn't for you because you wasn't for yourself. Oops, you wasn't for yourself. You didn't have enough passion for your own fires that you keep on sponsoring the same shit that burned you. Holy shit, my dear Phoenix. You keep on sponsoring the shit that burnt you, but it's better for you to tell yourself that someone else set you on fire than take the motherfucking accountability as the creator. You don't want to be source. You just want to be God. You want to be the generator to keep operating and destroying this shit. But you don't want to be the source to set yourself free. Why? Because you keep on justifying all these glorified illusions of separation that you keep on doing wrong, because one day God's going to do it right. Last card before I get out of here. 2, knowledge. In my number system, 2 is knowledge. Knowledge gets you fucked up. Knowledge is experience already in play. You can't know something until you do it. Sorry. Reflections. Your light that has already left you produces a reflection. That's the shadow realm. Projections. Your light that has already left you when nothing was there, but you still creating something there anyway, that's still the shadow realm. Projection and reflection are very close. Some of you might want to learn that. Connections. What you keep connecting to? I keep connecting to that side of me that needs to see separation because I have not sponsored my own wholeness. I don't invest in my wholeness, so I keep on going for separation. So, attachments. That's all that shit is. Knowledge is an attachment. Connections is an attachment. Projection, reflection is an attachment. Reciprocity is a free flow. Reciprocity says, I'm flowing here, you're flowing there. Reflection says, I have to take of you to create. I have to take of me to create you. Projection says, you better give me so that I can see myself, which means I now have to take from you. There's parameters within there. So 2, attachments. What you won't let go of sometimes won't let go of you either. Yeah, keep sleeping around out here and end up with that all-body karate. What you won't let go of, your ability to just get out here and keep spiritually holding yourself through, you're going to fuck around and get something that you can't get rid of. But in the spiritual sense, it's atomic bonding. When you, holy shit, churn, give your energy to create, once you create, it's always you. But holy shit, that's the Akashic Records. That's the collective consciousness. That's the reincarnation field. I gave my energy into the experience, and just because the experience ended, did it end, or am I just not there to see it? Shh. Shh. That too becomes a struggle. 28. It becomes the voices in your head. It becomes the siren. It becomes the motivation. It becomes the gatekeepers. I'm motivated by my gatekeepers because I don't want to see the things that might set me free, because setting me free might be a trap. Shh. Tomorrow, when you face with your 1010s, your core traumatic programmings, when you see a way out, sit down and assess yourself first and figure out whether it's authentically a way out or if it's just another way further in. And remember, within this illusion of separation, everything is real because none of it's real. We've been all things, and you can keep telling yourself that you're everything, but you're so much more. You're nothing. You're source. Get the fuck out of the field of infinity and get back into your motherfucking wholeness. Be the 0 or end up counting on every fucking thing. Wholeness.